Nagaland reports a total of 14 new fresh cases of COVID-19 from Dimapur and Kohima. 43 patients recover from Perin. Nagaland Chief Minister goes into self-quarantine while other legislators undergo mandatory institutional quarantine on their return from New Delhi. And the Naga People's Front to move the High Court to challenge Nagaland Assembly Speaker's verdict rejecting the party's plea to disqualify its 7 rebel MLAs. Well, those were the headlines. Hello and welcome back to this news broadcast from News and Trends. We begin this bulletin by taking a look at the COVID-19 update from Nagaland. A total of 14 cases of COVID-19 positive were reported from 2 districts of Nagaland today. The cases were reported from Dimapur and Kohima. Informing this in a tweet this evening, State's Health and Family Welfare Minister S. Pangipom said, out of 286 samples tested, 14 positive cases of COVID-19 have been confirmed, 12 in Dimapur and 2 in Kohima. He also informed that 43 COVID-19 patients from Perin have recovered. However, the recovered patients will be kept under strict surveillance, the minister added in his tweet. Dimapur has so far reported the highest number of coronavirus infections in Nagaland with 340. A total of 161 patients have recovered while active cases stand at 179. 15 of the active cases are mild as per severity of the cases, while 164 are asymptomatic. With 124 recovered out of the 235 cases from Perin, there are now 111 active cases in Perin, which has seen the highest number of positive cases after Dimapur. With this, the overall tally of positive cases from the state as of 3 p.m. this evening stand at 916 with 391 recoveries and 525 active cases. Recovery rate has jumped to 42.68%. Nagaland Chief Minister Nipirio announced today that he has gone into self-quarantine as a precautionary measure upon his return from New Delhi. In his tweet, the Chief Minister said, and I quote, "As a precautionary measure, I am on self-quarantine on my return to Nagaland from Delhi, taking precautions to ensure safety of others and myself. Will continue discharging duties. Please follow official advisories, guidelines, wear mask, maintain social distancing and observe hygiene," unquote. Rio was in Delhi, during which he met Union Defence Minister Rajnath Singh, among others, yesterday. The Chief Minister's announcement came a day after the Deputy Chief Minister Y. Patton informed that he would be also going into self-quarantine along with some of his colleagues after coming into contact with an infected person in Delhi. Deputy Chief Minister Y. Patton tweeted that he and his colleagues have reached Nagaland. While they have tested negative for the virus in Delhi as well as in Nagaland for the safety of everyone, they will be under institutional quarantine as per the existing COVID-19 SOP in the state. Patton tweeted saying he will keep discharging his duties nevertheless. Meanwhile, DIPR reported that Deputy Chief Minister Nagaland Y. Patton, who is also the co-chairman of the High-Powered Committee in Nagaland, along with Health and Family Welfare Minister Pangipom and PHED Minister Jacob Jimomi, landed at Dimapur by chopper around 2:20 p.m. this afternoon. On arrival from New Delhi, the team took off from Guwahati Airport from a Nagaland State Service helicopter. Sending a positive note to the society, the team on arrival at the airport underwent the thermal screening at the airport conducted by the medical department and filled up the necessary details initiated by the district administration. They were then transported by ambulance in the institutional quarantine center for undergoing necessary quarantine protocols as any other ordinary citizen as per the laid down standard operating procedure, despite their initial tests from Dimapur and subsequent TrueNat tests from Delhi proving to be negative. The legislators will be undergoing another test within a few days' time.
Ambulance Malik first stage. Social distancing. This is all of social distancing.
Meanwhile, in a huge development, the state BJP leaders headed by Deputy Chief Minister Nagaland Y. Patton, who arrived Dimapur from New Delhi today, expressed gratitude and confidence in the BJP central leadership and was optimistic that the internal BJP issue would be settled very soon in the larger interest of the party. The legislators informed DIPR that complaint was filed by 10 district presidents of the state, including senior BJP workers, senior members from the Mahila Morcha, for replacing the present Nagaland State President Temjan Imna Along to the National BJP General Secretary Ram Madhav during his visit to Nagaland on 25th June 2020. As per direction of national BJP leaders, the state BJP legislators reached Delhi on 12th and had two series of meetings on 13th July with central leaders led by National President J.B. Nadda and other central leaders to discuss issues pertaining to the BJP fiasco in Nagaland, as it was felt necessary for settling the issue. Sharing their opinion, the legislators asserted that they have to listen to the voice of the party workers since they were elected by them. They also agreed in unison that under the visionary and dynamic leadership of Chief Minister Nagaland Neepiu Rio, all the 12 BJP legislators have been assigned with the responsibility of looking after various departments and said they will support the BJP tradition of one man, one post. They also informed that majority of the BJP legislators are of the view that the state BJP president should be a senior BJP Karyakarta or a worker and non-legislator who can devote full time to the party affairs. The legislators also informed that the central leaders gave a patient hearing and assured them that the issue would be resolved very soon.
Personally, one party is not personal. Party is not personal. Personal is the voice of our party. So you can also give opinion that it should be one in one post as PKC tradition. Based on PKC tradition, there should be one in one post and it should not be from elected member. But we should mention there.
Moving on, the Naga People's Front NPF will move the High Court to challenge Nagaland Assembly Speaker Sherangain Longkamer's verdict, rejecting the party's plea to disqualify its 7 rebel MLAs. Following the NPF legislature party meeting yesterday, leader of opposition TR Ziliang told media persons that he has resolved to go to High Court to make an appeal against the Speaker's judgment. He, however, said the party will take consent of the President. Ziliang said that the proceeding of the case was done fairly for the first time in the history of Nagaland Assembly. He said the Speaker allowed both the parties to examine and cross-examine the witnesses, petitioners and respondents, and said the Speaker has done fairly for the first of its kind, which was never done in the past. Ziliang said that the Speaker also invited both the parties, 7 members each, for a joint hearing and gave ample time for both parties to question each other and even allow the petitioners and respondents to submit the affidavit and arguments made before the Speaker in written form. Further, he said that the NPF legislature party has authorized him to take the matter to the party president for consent, after which it moved to the court with an appeal against the judgment of the Speaker. He also said that the meeting discussed various issues to be proposed for the forthcoming assembly session, which will commence on July 30. Among other things, he said the party would propose that a solution to Indo-Naga talks and COVID-19 related issues be taken up in the session.
So after that, we'll be going to the court with an appeal against the judgment of the speaker. No, we will take up the matter, but Business Advisory Committee will decide what are the items to be taken up in the forthcoming session. So we are going to propose that solution to Naga problem should be discussed again in the House, and COVID-19 matters should be discussed in the House because it concerns the life of the people, and if there is any mismanagement, this also should be discussed in the House.
COVID-19 cases in India crossed the 30,000 mark in a single day for the first time, pushing its tally to 9,68,876 today, while the death toll climbed to 24,915, with 606 people succumbing to the disease, according to the Union Health Ministry data. The country recorded a total of 32,695 cases of coronavirus infections in a single day, the updated data at 8 a.m. showed. The number of recoveries stand at 6,12,814, while there are 3,31,146 active cases of coronavirus infections presently in the country. Thus, around 63.25% of patients have recovered so far, an official said. Maharashtra has reported the highest number of cases, followed by Tamil Nadu, Delhi, Karnataka, Gujarat, Uttar Pradesh and Telangana. In the northeast, Assam has instances of 18,666 infections, 2,268 in Tripura, 1,700 in Manipur. Arunachal Pradesh reported 462 cases, Meghalaya 346, Mizoram 238, and Sikkim has registered 220 infections so far. The overall number of global COVID-19 cases has topped 13.54 million mark, while the death toll has increased to more than 5.83, according to the Johns Hopkins University. As of this morning, the total number of cases stood at 1,35,45,388, while the fatalities rose to 5,83,359. The university's Center for System Science and Engineering CSSE revealed in its latest update. The US accounted for the world's highest number of infections and fatalities at 34,95,536 and 1,37,358 respectively, according to the CSSE. Brazil came in the second place with 19,66,748 infections and 75,366 deaths. In terms of cases, India ranks third, followed by Russia, Peru, Chile, Mexico, South Africa, the UK and Iran, making up the top 10 countries infected by the virus. The District Planning and Development Board (TBDB) Zinaboto today held a high-level meeting at Deputy Commissioner's Conference Hall in the presence of Advisor School Education KT Sukalu and Advisor Food and Civil Supplies Pukai Sumi. The meeting discussed the need of every officers of the various departments in the district to function well. During the meeting, the advisors cautioned all heads of the department to be present at their posting place and immediately take up action and provide assistance in case of any kind of emergencies in the district. The meeting also deliberated the poor performance of the government schools in HSLC examinations, as government schools of Zinaboto consistently showed dissatisfactory results. The Department of School Education resolved to take up the matter of the performance of government schools in HSLC examinations in the district. Further, the various departments raised their issues and proposed requirements, and accordingly everything was handled and decided. The district task force in the meeting today also felicitated the advisors for their contribution towards the district during the fight against the COVID-19 pandemic. Before the meeting took place, the office was fully sanitized. Everyone entering the office was provided with mask, hand sanitizer. Strict social distancing was maintained. All the vehicles were sanitized after entering the office. The meeting was attended by heads of the various departments of the district and was chaired by Deputy Commissioner Zinaboto Peter Lichamo.
DPO to read it out later, and there may be some little changes later, because after I read.
FIFA World Cup 2022 schedule has been announced. The latest edition of the World Cup will be played for the first time in Qatar. The FIFA World Cup 2022 will have 4 games every day in a 12-day group stage, and matches later in the tournament that go into extra mile will extend past midnight in Qatar. FIFA released the schedule for the first World Cup to be played in November and December on Wednesday. Both semi-finals, like some games in the previous rounds, will kick off at 00:30 am IST, while the final along with the third place match will kick off at 8:30 pm IST. FIFA is looking to stage the draw for the tournament in late March or early April 2022, when 30 of the 32 finalists will be known. That's all we have time for in this edition of News Broadcast. But before we leave you, here's another reminder that you can send in your videos at a WhatsApp number given below and be part of this venture of being a citizen journalist. Do let us know what's happening in your village, your town, your district, or your locality, so that we can share your videos to the rest of the viewers watching this broadcast. Meanwhile, stay safe, practice safe health hygiene, and maintain social distancing wherever you are. But most importantly, take good care of yourself. Thanks for watching.